symbols on the page and you start creating something, and there's a magic. Right now, after being edited to death for a year and a half, I'm pretty sick of being a writer. When I finish this next novel, I'm going to take a big break to spend time with my children and not worry about sentences. But I'm sure at one point I'll have this idea boiling in me, and I'll want to get it on the page and start working on it, and yeah, it gets addictive.
Okay, did you have any specific part of Life of Pi that was, like, per se, your favorite?
No.
Just the whole thing?
I kind of like the whole thing. There are certain parts that were more difficult to write than others, but essentially I love the whole thing. I had a wonderful time writing it. It was not only fun, but it was interesting. You know, animal behavior is really interesting. How animals behave and how they relate, how they behave in ways that are similar to us and not similar is very interesting. Religion, whether you believe in religion or not, is an interesting socio-anthropological phenomenon. Shipwreck stories are fascinating. How people survive at sea is really interesting. So all the elements just happen to be really interesting to me. So yeah, I had a fantastic time working on it.
Did the novel change you in any way, like writing it, anything like that? Did it affect you?
Well, it changed my view on religion. As I said, when I started it, I had no interest in religion whatsoever. I thought religion was for, you know, people who had no education. And now I've changed that my opinion. There's still a lot of people who do stupid things in the name of religion. Right now, ISIS in the Middle East, of course, but, you know, American evangelicals who are crazy, who kill doctors who perform abortion, for example, or who use, you know, Jesus as an excuse for egregious capitalism, you know. But nonetheless, I changed my view on religion. Religion's a vast, complicated thing. You can't simplify it. Or you can if you want, if you don't want to take it seriously. If you're going to take it seriously, it's a fascinating thing. Any religion, all religions. And I include cults, by the way. You know, the religions that have succeeded are just cults that have succeeded. So even your weirdest little cult is still interesting to look at. Why people believe what they believe is really interesting. So it changed now I have a far greater respect for religion than I did before, which still means I differentiate. I still don't like what I mentioned earlier, the sexism, the patriarchy, and all that. But now I can tell that apart from the aspects of religion that address who we are as a species, what our little role in this universe. Those kinds of questions are still fascinating to me, and I came to those thanks to writing Life of Pi.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, bye.
Yeah, he waved at me.
Okay, I'll just go in with a question, I guess. You just spoke about your history with religion and how before the book, before writing Life of Pi, you weren't really interested in it at all. So I was wondering if there was a specific point during the writing of the book that you thought maybe I should reconsider, and if there was, like, how did that decision help to form your novel? What was the significance of that time?
Well, right from the start, I opened myself up in a way that I hadn't before. So, you know, the fact that Pi practices 3 religions